let's see. I'll talk just lastly, kind of areas of focus, dive school. So after graduating the warrant course, I was assigned to a dive team, and I was not a diver going into the warrant course. So I found that to be kind of interesting. It's really uncommon for warrant officers to attend dive school. Usually the warrants that they put on the teams, on the dive teams, or on the Halo teams, they already have those skill sets from when they were enlisted. I didn't, and the initial shock that everyone has, I don't care how badass you think you are, when you're told that you're going to a dive team, it's immediately met with, holy shit, that means I got to go to dive school. Dive school, CDQC, the Combat Diver Qualification course, is widely considered the most challenging course in the United States military. I would argue the same thing. I would say the only other schools that compare are the other branches dive schools, because the water is the ultimate equalizer. It really doesn't matter how fast you are, how much you can bench, like you drive a Harley, you got tattoos, like all that stuff is irrelevant when you get wet, and it takes people's souls out of their body. So I was no different, and I was like, oh shit, okay, cool. So I kind of have this new challenge in front of me, which I went in full steam ahead. And I got back to my unit after graduating from the warrant course, met with my company command and battalion command. And within the first couple of minutes of meeting these guys and talking to them, dive school came up, and both echelons of command made it very clear that I didn't have to attend dive school. They're like, listen, we're putting you on this team because the NCOs on that team are a bunch of savages. They're highly aggressive, kind of, pirates, and they need really strong leadership. Otherwise, whoever's in that seat will just get eaten alive. Okay, cool. But I'm going to go to dive school, right? Even just solely based on the professional requirement being, if you're on a dive team, it means you're a diver, and I'm not going to be held to a different standard than that. And they were like, okay, that's cool, but we don't even know if, administratively you're allowed to go. At that point, there had never been an amputee that had ever even attended dive school. So, is that even medically allowed? Like, no one knew the answer to that. I didn't know the answer to that, but I was going to find out. And, I got quite a bit of pushback. Is this really in the best interest? They got some safety concerns. Started training, with my team, and went through pre-dive and got down to Key West. It proved to be, as challenging as I thought, and something I'm certainly proud to get past. But, being the first to go, again, had nothing to do with why I went. It's just a professional obligation I felt that I needed to do, being on a dive team.